Very good morning and welcome all of you to this pre-market session today. So let us start discussing the next action plan for the day, and we will start with the Dowmantic method. And we are looking at Bank Nifty. Now as we see Bank Nifty here, now there is a point wherein yesterday it had told us to buy a call option somewhere at around 9:30 in the morning. We would have bought a call option. After buying a call option, the price has remained a bit flat. And the action information is still telling us to hold a call option, so we will hold on to it until it very clearly tells us to exit the call option. And later, once it tells us to exit a call option, and if it tells us to buy a put option, if the price manages to decrease, and if it tells us to buy a put option, then we must check the Tenkai signal before we do the trade. As you know that intraday 3 long and intra-week long are still in buy, and dynamic system level 2 trading method is also pointing upward. So all three are in buy, and buying a put option will be against the trend. So we have to check the Tenkai signal before we do the trade. But or else if the price manages to move up, then we can hold on to the current call option. And as we hold on to the call option, any dynamic caution on top, we must not forget to shift over. So this is about the Bank Nifty. Let us check what's happening in Nifty. Well, this is the case of Nifty. There is no signs of Nifty coming down. It is a continuous up movement we see from this particular point. And even yesterday, after the gap up, as the price moved up, there is a dynamic system caution on top, which gives once again an opportunity to shift over to secure our profits. Now, after that, it is still telling us to hold the call option. So hold on to it. Wait until it very clearly tells you to exit the call option. That is when you can go ahead and exit the trade. So, and once again, if the price manages to decrease further, and if it tells you to buy a put option, then you must check the Tenkai signal. As you know that intraday 3 long, intra-week long, and dynamic system level 2 trading method, they all three are still in buy. So any opportunity to buy a put option, you must check the Tenkai signal. So this is about Nifty and Bank Nifty as per the the Dowmantic method. Now let us check what's happening in Nifty as per the dynamic system level 2 trading method. Well, here is dynamic system Nifty, and you can see here the price is continuously moving up. There is no trend edge point on top yet, so our exit will be range 4 or speed signal, whichever is lowest. Range 4 is 10,610 and speed signal is 10,446. As you can see here in this up movement, from the point where the trade started, not in this up movement, the movement started from here, from a point from where the trade started, and the exit point, you can keep a track of the exit point from the start of the trade until now. It has come up so very nicely, so close to our entry price now. But anyways, speed signal is the lowest here, 10,446 into 0.5%. It is almost 52-53 points. So it is 10,393. If the price of Nifty trades below 10,393 today, only then we will think about an exit and reverse, or if not, we will still hold on to the long position. Okay, so this is about Nifty. Let us see what's happening in Bank Nifty. Yes, so this is the case of Bank Nifty. Even in Bank Nifty, we are holding on to a long position as of now. There is no trend edge point on top, and we are still holding on to it. So we will wait for range 4 or speed signal. Range 4 is 21,849 and speed signal is 21,631. So 21,631 is the lowest. So when you calculate 0.5%, it is almost 109 points, the round off number. So it comes up to be 21,522. So if the price of Bank Nifty trades below 21,522, that is when you can exit long and take a short position. If not, or else until then you can simply hold on to your long position. So this is about Nifty and Bank Nifty as per the dynamic system level 2 trading method. Now, once again, let us come back to Nifty and Bank Nifty as per the dynamic superpower trading method for all those people who are trading based on this advanced concept. Well, there is Nifty, and you can see here it is very clearly known here that we are still holding on to the long position as we discussed yesterday, and there is a dynamic caution on top, and the strength seems to be at C7, and there is a DMBOTS yesterday it has come, and there is a C2 NMC. There is pressure on top, but then until and unless it gives us a proper confirmation, and later once even intra-week long signal gives a sell, until then the pressure seems to be remaining on the higher side, because we also know that the long-term direction of the Nifty price movement is an uptrend now. So in an uptrend, even if there is an uptrend, when we come across a dynamic system caution, and when we get a better confirmation like intraday 3 speed sell or intraday 1 long signal sell, we will exit long and get into a short position. Now, as you get into a short position, if the price manages to decrease, and as the price manages to decrease, and if it reaches any ID3 long signal edge with zigzag or anything, we can still think about a short exit and long, just because we are in an overall uptrending market. So that is one major reason here. And yeah, as of now, we are holding on to the long position here. Now, yesterday, in spite of price, trying to come down in the last 1 hour, the intraday 3 speed signal or even the ID1 long signal have not managed to give us a sell. So we are still holding on to the long position. But then one thing is very clear: as the price keeps on increasing, any dynamic system caution on top, do not forget to shift over. Okay, so there's one important thing. So let us check the same, the Bank Nifty in the same way. Well, as you can see here, even in Bank Nifty, the intraday 3 speed had given a sell. Yesterday, we had discussed that at this point we would have taken a long position as per the dynamic superpower trading method. Now, after taking a long position, the price has opened with the gap up, and the speed signal has managed to give us a buy. And after giving a buy, the price slightly moved up, and later it came down. But even if it comes down, now we will consider this this weekly caution on top earlier, which we had, which was a C5. You can see it is in PWC, and the price is yet to cross that particular high. So until it has crossed that particular high, the weekly caution will still persist. It will have its pressure. So once the price comes down, we would have waited for ID3 speed signal sell to give us a sell signal without any caution, but then it has not given a sell. So we are still holding on to the long position. We will hold on. If intraday 3 speed signal gives us a sell without any caution, that's when we can exit long and get into a short trade. And only once the intra-week long signal also gives a sell, that is when the pressure downwards will start increasing. Now, until then, I feel it is going to do all this up and down movements. So we will hold on to the long position as of now, and there is a plan for Bank Nifty. So if anyone has not taken a long position yet, and if you have missed it, probably yesterday, once this tiny zigzag caution appeared in intraday 3 and intra-week, that is when you could have got into a long trade. So even if you see that it has come right at the day's low yesterday. So this is about Nifty and Bank Nifty as per the dynamic superpower trading method. So we have covered all three concepts. That is the Dynamic method, the level 2 trading method as per dynamic system, and we also covered up dynamic superpower trading method for Nifty and Bank Nifty. So let us go through your stocks as of now. If you have any questions or doubts in whatever we have discussed till now, you can ask me. Well, Mr. Satish, I did not understand your question. In Nifty, range 1 is already there before market, and DMBOTS range 3 is more than up target. R3 is more than up target. Well, I didn't understand your question. Anyways, Mr. Chetan Patel wants to check Concor, PVR and GAIL. Let us check. This Concor. Now, as you can see, as per the Dowmantic method, there is no trade as of now in Concor. But still the intraday 3 speed signal had managed to give us a sell, and immediately there is a long signal edge point, so it would have given you an exit also. Cost to cost, this trade would have got exited, but then anyways the preparation is telling you to get ready to buy a put option. So be prepared. Once intraday 3 long signal gives you a sell, that is when you can think about a put option. And PVR, let us check PVR. So here is a case of PVR. It is still telling us hold put option, Mr. Chetan Patel. As you know, even yesterday we saw this. It is still telling us to hold put option. So we will wait. Now only when the intra-week long signal gives us a buy, it is going to tell us to exit put and buy a call option. Until then, we will hold on to it. And let us check GAIL. So this is a case of GAIL, and you can see here there is no trade as of now, but it is telling us be prepared to buy a put option. Probably once this intra-week long signal gives a sell, that is when it is going to ask us to buy a put option. But until then, there is no trade as of now. You will have to wait. And Mr. Kumar wants to check RBL Bank. So let us check RBL Bank. Well, there's a case of RBL Bank, and even in RBL Bank there is no trade, but it is telling us to be prepared to buy a call option. So probably once this intraday 3 long signal gives a buy, that is when it is going to ask you to buy a call option. But anyways, RBL Bank is currently in sideways now. So provided if you have understood a dynamic superpower trading, then probably even in this sideways movement you will be able to trade. But then as far as the Dowmantic method level 2, now there are certain trades which it will allow you to do, and there are certain points where it will not allow you to trade. So anyways, Mr. Lakshman Sondi wants to check a JSPL. Let us check JSPL. Now, Mr. Lakshman, which exactly is this particular script, JSPL? Can I elaborate on this? I don't find a script here. JSL is there. JSPL, which is a stock. In the meantime, you have also asked Titan. Let us check Titan. So this is what is happening in Titan. It is telling you to hold a call option. So there is a point where it has told us to buy a call option. Rather than a new trade, it is more of a continuation trade, because this is the actual point where it initially gave us a buy. It was at around 2nd July at 14:30, 2:30 in the afternoon. The price was 977. And after that, once the zigzag appeared on 6th July at 12:30 on top, it gave us an exit. It was at 1011. So from 977, we have already exited the long position at 1011, gaining some good profit. And once again, it has asked us to buy at 1017. And after buying, we are currently holding on to it. So anyways, it is telling us to hold a call option. We will wait until it tells us to exit the call option. So this is about Titan here. Mr. Manjunath Hiremat wants to check Maruti. Well, there is a case of Maruti here. As you can see, it's telling us to hold call option. So as I was telling you yesterday, 6001 or 6002 was the most important level. But anyway, it has managed to move up beyond it, and it is still continuing to move further up. So on the higher side, the next major important point seems to be 6342 as per dynamic system. But then we're currently holding on to the call option, and anyone who has bought a call option, now there's a point where you have to shift over to secure your profits. So this is about Maruti. Let us check HDFC Bank. Well, HDFC Bank, you can see here, it has told us to buy a put option at this point in time. At present, it is telling us to hold a put option. Now, when it said buy put option, definitely it is against the trend, because intraday 3 long and intra-week long are still in buy. So you would have definitely checked the Tenkai signal. But even in the Tenkai signal, there was no zigzag or no edge point at the bottom. So you would have gone ahead to do this trade. Currently, you are holding on to a put option. Wait until it very clearly tells you to exit the put option in HDFC Bank. Mr. Manjunath Hiremat, you are a dynamic member from 2008. Well, you must be one of the senior most member here, Mr. Manjunath. Welcome back. So, Mr. Divyanshu wants to check F retail. Anyway, this script is the one which. Yes, Mr. Divyanshu, as you see here, it is still on the selling side. Yesterday we did discuss when the price was somewhere at this point in time. We did discuss saying that the pressure is a bit downward and it is coming down. So as of now, we are still supposed to be on the short side. But then the preparation here is also telling us get ready to exit put option. Anyways, this stock cannot be traded in put option. But even if you have taken, a short position in the cash segment for intraday purpose, it is going to ask you to exit it. But then if this stock can only be traded in the equity segment, then I will definitely look at it for a long-term investment rather than doing any short-term trading. Idea, let us check Idea. Well, there's Idea in action. You can see it is telling us stay tuned for the next trade. And here the other action, the intra-week action is also telling us sell signal, wait and sell. So it is not so very clear to go down further, but at the same time it is not also very clear to increase upward. So we will currently wait for the next action plan. But anyways, if you are planning to trade Idea in the futures and options segment, I have seen that the lot size is almost 1,40,000 shares. That is crazy, isn't it? So such a huge quantity. But then, of course, with the dynamic live, one can trade very successfully. There is no problem. Mr. Praveen Seth wants to check Nifty. As Mr. Sampath Kumar also wants to check Nifty, let us check Nifty. We did check Nifty, but I think you people must have joined late. So there's Nifty. As I told you, we are currently holding on to the call option, but then dynamic system cautions keep appearing every day, and we are shifting over. So we are still holding on to the call option. We will wait until it gives us a very clear exit. So until it tells us exit call option now, we are going to hold on to it. Badrej ji, I will check this issue that you are facing with the technical team, and probably I'll get back to you on it. Now let us check HUL, Hindustan Unilever. So there's the activity in Hindustan Unilever. You can see here the action says stay tuned for the next trade, and the preparation is telling us get ready to buy a put option. So if the price manages to go below this intraday 3 long signal, that is when it is going to tell you to buy a put option. So be prepared. This is about HUL, but at present there is no trade. Mr. Manjunath wants to check Jindal Steel. This Jindal Steel, Mr. Manjunath, you can see it is telling us to hold put option. There is a point where it has told us to buy a put option, and the price has managed to close somewhere close to the entry point itself. And as the price starts coming down closer to this intraday 3 long signal, it may ask you to exit a put option. So be careful, watch it closely. Mr. Abhishek Razane wants to check Bank Nifty. Let us check Bank Nifty. What is Tenkai signal for HDFC Bank? As Mr. Abhishek. So Bank Nifty will act as a Tenkai signal for HDFC Bank. So you can track it there. So this is the case of Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is also telling us hold call option. So we will have to hold it until it tells us to exit call option. We saw this Bank Nifty earlier during the session. Mr. Satish wants to check Hero MotoCorp. Well, during the weekend, I happened to check all the stocks as per dynamic system, and I noticed that in all the automobile sector, in the major stocks in the automobile sector, there seems to be some activity picking up. And Hero MotoCorp, you can see here, it is telling us hold call option. Now this is one massive trade, just because it is in a complete uptrend for more than a week now. So anyways, it is telling us to hold a call option. So hold on to it. Wait until it very clearly tells us to exit the call option here. SRP Creatives wants to check natural gas. I'll come to commodities. But then before that, Mr. Tanaji wants to check Pidilite. This is a case of Pidilite. You can see here, as of now, there is no trade. It has told us to buy a put option at this point in time, and right close to yesterday's day's low, it has also asked us to exit the trade. So at present, we don't have any position in this Pidilite, but the preparation is telling us get ready to buy a put option. So if the price manages to come below intraday 3 long signal, that is when it may ask us to buy a put option. But you can see here, earlier when the price started to increase, now this intelligence, the action information here, it has told us buy signal, wait and buy, and after which we have seen the price moving all, it is a price trying to move towards a downward trend. So anyways, at present we have to wait for Pidilite to get the next trade opportunity. Mr. Money wants to check Federal Bank. Let us check Federal Bank. This is a case of Federal Bank. Even in Federal Bank, you can see here there is no trade. Now earlier yesterday it has opened with a gap up and the intraday 3 speed signal pointing upward. Normally this is a point where would have got a buy, but then there is a zigzag caution right at the top, because of which it has not allowed us to buy. And after that you can see here the price has totally reversed. Now that is the beauty of this intelligence here, isn't it? Normally looking at this gap up, now anyone would have got tempted to buy it, but then right on top, the once the zigzag caution appeared, the price has reversed. And we already know, even in the live market webinars, we always discuss saying that whenever a zigzag caution appears, it means it is telling us that the price can reverse. So that is the benefit of having this intelligence here. And Mr. Kumaresh wants to check Bajaj Finance. So as you can see, Bajaj Finance is telling us to hold call option, Mr. Kumaresh. And as you can see, this is the point where it has told us to buy, and the price, the time and price was, it was on 6th July at 9:30 in the morning. So you could have bought it somewhere at 3007, and from there it has moved up to 3108. This is a massive movement, isn't it? So almost more than 100 points movement. But then right on top, there is a weekly caution appearing. Anyone who had bought a call option, you must have definitely shifted over to secure your profits. But you are currently waiting. Wait until it very clearly tells you to exit the call option. And let us check India Bulls Housing Finance. So this is a case of India Bulls Housing Finance. As we can see, it is telling us to hold put option. So yesterday, just few hours before the market closed, it has told us to buy a put option. The price has managed to close somewhere at the entry price itself. You are still holding on to it. But then watch it closely. As the price comes closer to this intraday 3 long signal, it may ask you to exit the stock. And moreover, this particular stock, India Bulls Housing Finance, it is in trade. It is in sideways now. So you have to watch it carefully. Mr. Kumaresh also wants to check Bharti Airtel. Well, there's a case of Bharti Airtel. You can see here intraday 3-speed signal has told us to buy a put option somewhere yesterday at 12:30 in the afternoon. So you could have taken a short when the price was 581.05, and it has managed to close at 576.6. But watch it closely. Intraday 3 long signal is very nearby. If it forms a long signal edge point, then it is going to tell you to exit the put option. Anyways, preparation is already telling you to get ready to exit put option. So watch it closely. And TVS Motors. Well, there's a case of TVS Motors. It is telling us to hold a call option. This seems to be one massive trade once again. It is somewhere here, probably. Somewhere here at around these ranges, it has told us to buy. And the price was at around 395 ranges. And now it is trading at 408. And we are still holding on to it. But anyone who has bought a call option, there is a dynamic caution on top. You must have definitely secured your profits here. And Mr. Prakash wants to check Reliance. So here is Reliance. Reliance is also in a very good uptrending move here. You can see there's a point where it has told us to buy call option. It was on 2nd July at around 11 o'clock in the morning, and the price was at around 1742. And from there, the price has managed to increase, and it has closed somewhere at around 1851, and we are still holding on to the long position. So hold it until it tells us to exit call option. But then as there is a DMBOTS symbol on top, you must have definitely secured your profits right at the top. And which is the other one? What is Tenkai signal for that is over? So Tanaji, Mr. Tanaji wants to check Dr. Reddy. So here is Dr. Reddy. Now you can see here it is telling us to hold a put option. There is a point where it told us to buy a put option. When was it? It was on 6th July at around 9:30 in the morning. The price was 3,903, where you could have taken a short. and as the price started coming down, you're still holding on to the short position. But then if you bought a put option, right at the bottom there is a dynamic system caution wherein you could have secured your profits already, but then wait as of now until it tells you to exit the put option. बद्रेश जी, हाँ सिल्वर मिनी में आप कर सकते हो. करने से पहले एक बार आप फिर से चेक कर लीजिए. And Mr. Siddesh MS wants to check Bata India. Let us check Bata India. Well, this is Bata India. You can see here just before the market closed yesterday, it has told us to buy a put option, and the price has slightly managed to close above the entry price, maybe 2 or 3 points above, but then it is still telling us to hold the put option. Wait until it very clearly tells you to exit the put option. So only then we will go ahead to exit the trade. I'll come to commodities. Just hold on. And before that, Mr. Yogesh wants to check Cummins India. So this is what is happening in Cummins India. Just hold on for a few seconds. Yes, so it is telling us to hold call option. There is a point where it has told us to buy a call option. It is a massive rally upward after we bought a call option. It was on 3rd July 2020 at 15 hours. You could have bought it when the price was at around 410, and from this price the price has shot up, and right on top there is a dynamic system caution. You must have seen yesterday at the early morning opening itself. So we would have secured our profits there, and currently we are waiting, and we will wait until it clearly tells us to exit the call option. That is when we will go ahead to exit the trade. So this is about all the stocks. So let us check commodities. Just hold on for a few seconds. I'm trying to open dynamic system. Mr. Manjunath Hiremat, you are a 2009 batch index buyer. Now it's good to know, Mr. Manjunath, after all these years, you are still following dynamic system. It is very good to know that. Just hold on for a few seconds. Can we expect dynamic life for commodities, Mr. Now SRP Creatives? Definitely, you can expect dynamic life for commodities. It will definitely happen, but then when? Now, now the management has to take a decision on that. Now, once they announce, even I'll come to know at the same time. So I'm also waiting, like you are waiting, Mr. Now, whoever is this SRP Creatives. All right, now that the commodities is open, now let us check natural gas and silver is what you have asked for. So let us check natural gas. What's happening in natural gas? This is the daily chart of natural gas. Let me add all the studies. Let us zoom in. Well, it's so very clear that here you can see that the price has managed to move up and reach the trend edge point on top. Now, after it has reached the trend edge point on top, you would have definitely planned to exit your trade at range 3. Now, first thing, in this up movement, you would have taken a long, a trend edge point. You would have exited at range 2 itself. Once again, it tries to move up. So, you would have re-entered at range 1. And after taking a re-entry, once again, it reaches the trend edge point same day. If yesterday itself it has traded below range 2, then you would have already exited. If not, wait for it to trade below range 2 today. And if it trades below range 2 today, you can exit the trade. And if the price manages to decrease further, then you can definitely take a short position below range 4. Okay, so this is natural gas, Miss Sangeeta, and whoever has asked for natural gas. And let us check silver mini, is it? Hare Krishna, you have asked for silver. Is it silver or silver mini that you want to check? I will check silver mini. But if it is silver, then just text me soon. Let me also open the detailed report here. To check silver mini. So one thing is very clear that the price of silver has moved up from a trend edge point. You would have definitely taken a long position at range 1. After taking a long position, you know that there is no trend edge point on top. So you will wait for range 4 or speed signal, whichever is lowest. So in this case, range 4 is 48,651. And what you will do here is you will reduce 0.5% from there. It will be 48,651. So it is 244 points. So it is 48,407. If the price of silver mini trades below 48,407, then you can exit long and get into a short trade. If it is silver micro, I think silver micro and mini, both the contracts are same. Very small difference in the price. But then let us check it. So for silver micro, the range for is 48,667. So reduce 0.5% from there. I think it will also come down close to 48,400 ranges. So if the price trades below 48,400, that's when you can exit long and get into a short trade for silver micro. But until then, you can hold on to the long position. Let us check what's happening in crude oil. Crude oil detailed report. So as you can see, when you look at the price movement of crude oil, it is very evident that once it has reached the trend edge point and as it crossed above range 1, you would have definitely taken a long position. and after that there is no trend edge point on top. So we will wait for range 4 or speed signal, whichever is lowest. So reduce 0.5% from there. That will be the point where you can exit long and get into a short trade. So just hold on for a couple of seconds until the detailed report opens. We can see the value also. And I hope in the meantime all other questions and doubts has been answered. I don't think there is any question which I have not answered. So this is the case of crude oil. Yes, the range for is 2,969 and speed signal is 3,067. So 2,969 into 0.5%, it comes out to be 15 points. So 2,954, if the price of crude oil trades below 2,954, that is when you can exit long and get into a short trade. Until then, we can hold on to our long position. Mr. Karthik wants to check ICICI Bank, whether it is in buy or sell. This is the last one. Let us check ICICI Bank. This is the case of ICICI Bank. You can see here it is still telling us to hold the call option. It is in buy. And you can see this is a point where it has told us to buy a call option. After buying a call option, the price has managed to decrease yesterday. But in spite of the price decreasing, it is still telling us to hold the call option. So hold on to it until it tells you to exit call option. There are chances the price can bounce back. Okay, so this is about ICICI Bank. And I hope all your questions and doubts are clarified. But then if there is anyone who has joined very new to this particular session today, and if you want to know more about this dynamic live, and if you also want to get your hands on it to subscribe, then you can also attend our live market session at 11:30 or at 2 p.m. today, wherein you will get to know the complete details. You can also understand the different benefits of having this dynamic live, and then you can think about it. And in the meantime, Mr. Manjunath has asked, please tell me whom to contact. Now, for any technical related issue, Mr. Manjunath, I think you must be having the email ID, rcdynamicsystem@gmail.com. So you can mail to them, or any other queries, you can always mail to this ID. And if you want to talk to anyone, you can please mention your mobile number in the mail so that one of us will call you and you can have a word with them. How about BHEL and Bharat Forge last minute? Well, BHEL, it is a massive up movement, and it so happened that I had tracked BHEL. It was in a very clear uptrending price movement. Now you can see here there's a point where it has told you to buy a call option, and then from there the price has managed to increase. It was at around 42 rupees 50 paise at 15 hours yesterday, July 6th. So 3 o'clock in the afternoon you would have bought it, and price has moved up, but right at the top there is a dynamic system caution also, so you must have secured your profits. You can see here it is telling us a buy call option now, so it had told us to do that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so that is the reason it is still displaying there. And let us check Bharat Forge. Well, this is Bharat Forge. Even in Bharat Forge, you can see here just before the market closed, it has asked us to buy a call option. So it was at 15 hours, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The price was, you could have bought it when the price was 366.65, and you're currently holding on to the call option. So hold on to your position until it very clearly tells you to exit the call option. Okay, so there is a zigzag preparation here, so watch it closely. Somewhere at 9:55, there are chances it can tell us to exit the call option. Fine, I hope all your questions and doubts have been clarified, gentlemen. So thank you all for joining today's session. Wish you all a happy trading and wish you all great success and great profits to come by your way today. And with this, let us once again meet in the next session. Until then, good day to all of you, and thank you once again for joining this session.